Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're going to be jumping down into the world of Polkadot, taking a look at the most recent price action and what I think is likely to happen next. As I get into today's video, if you do find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, what are you waiting for? Check it out. The link is down in the description below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there, so why not go ahead and check it out. So let's jump right down into today's video and we'll kick things off with that 1 hour time frame. So here we have DOT paired up with USDT. We're using the BitGet spot exchange here. Now you can see that we were tracking this move to the downside. Our expectations were that we were going to see a significant bounce between $3.7145 and $3.7873. Okay, essentially that is right in here. Okay, you can see that we did come down, we bounced from it. However, we did continue our move to the downside and we came down deeper than the 1.382. This essentially means that we are not tracking an ABC structure. Instead, we are tracking a W, X, Y, X, and Z, meaning we've still got further to the downside. Our latest bear market low was on the 12th of October at 10 a.m. UTC +1, that's UK time, and that would of course be 9 a.m. UTC. You can see that we've progressed up in the X wave here, up towards our 200 EMA. This is the upper area of resistance. We can still push a little bit past this if we needed to. At the moment, the 200 EMA is resistance. This is $3.80.12. You can see equilibrium sits a little bit higher at $3.85 towards $3.88, right? So this is going to be the upper area where I see kind of the maximum kind of reach on this X wave. Ultimately, though, we are looking for further to the downside into a final Z wave, which will be a new bear market low for Polkadot. Now, if I take our structure here and we assume that we hit this higher range, if we hit the higher range here of around $3.85 on the equilibrium range, then that allows us to have a more optimistic low point. Okay, and that would actually put us right down here, okay, and a Z wave structure landing somewhere between $3.48.52 and $3.66.71. Okay, so we can see here that that structure is still a new bear market low point or a double bottom somewhere to that effect, right? But I expect a new bear market low for Polkadot because I do not think that it's yet finished with its corrective action. Now we can take a look at the stochastic RSI on the 1 hour time frame here. We are overbought on the 8 hour and 4 hour and pretty much overbought on the 1 hour as well. So we are looking for more slippage to the downside there. Take this up into the daily time frame. You can still see that we're in a Z wave. Okay, and this Z wave has the potential to still come down a little bit deeper, right? We can see here that we are tracking actually, pretty much actually this needs to be adjusted a little bit more. It needs to be more here, okay, which essentially is between $2.6362 and $3.8894. You can see that we're into this range, but we haven't quite hit there yet. And if you were to look at this more as a three-wave pattern, then we do obviously be looking more specifically at the 263.62 and the 305.83. But ultimately, my point here is that we're not yet done. We still have corrective action to go, even though we're seeing a little bit of a bounce to the upside. Now, it's possible that we bounce up a little bit further. I just don't see it happening right away. We can see that we are below the 50 moving average, the 50 EMA, the 200 EMA, the 50 EMA and MA are below that of the 200 EMA, and price is below all of those moving averages. Essentially, this puts Polkadot in a very bearish position. We can also see from a smart money concepts point of view that it's in a bearish structure as well, as we can see here as well. So for the most part, there's not a lot of positivity to be seen here on Polkadot at the moment. It is still in its accumulation phase as we come down into new bear market lows, but I do think it is nearing its local bottom in this bear market for great accumulation. But do expect prices to be cheaper than where they are today. That's essentially kind of where my mind is at. Now, as we take a look at this on a weekly time frame, you can see that we came down into our low range here between $3.53.2 and $4.12.5. Now, this is a range of interest to me because on the weekly time frame, this is the area where we saw previous support. If we were to lose this, there isn't a lot on the weekly chart to stop it from moving down significantly lower. So I want to be very mindful here, okay, that it can still be looking at much deeper prices on Polkadot, as indicated on the daily and 1 hour time frame. On the weekly time frame, there isn't a lot of support to be seen on this. So you really do have to rely on those smaller time frames to give you a better idea as to kind of where the support and resistance sit outside of that low of $3.53.2. Okay, so just bear that in mind. For the most part, we're still bearish on our weekly chart in the same way that we were on the daily. But we are in an oversold status. We can be down here for quite a significant period of time, though, and we can continue to move down during this phase as well, right? We are below the 50 SMA and the 50 EMA. There is no 200 EMA on the Polkadot Binance chart here on the weekly. So we know that things are bearish and not in a strong position right now. So just kind of bear those things in mind. Throw the volumes in, you can see how volumes are very, very low in comparison to where they have been historically. So again, not a lot of volume going through on the Polkadot ecosystem at the moment. But I think the future is potentially bright. I know Chris is a little bit more pro Polkadot than I am personally, but I do think it will perform incredibly well. The cheaper that it gets, and I think the better percentage gains that you'll see later. The ecosystem has been developing quite nicely, so there's a lot of stuff going on there, and I do think that it's in a much stronger position now than it was back in 2020 and 2021. So I think I'm going to leave the video there. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. If you have found this video useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, what are you waiting for? Check it out. Link is down below. Until the next one though, guys, have a fantastic day.